like taking my hair out like this. It reminds me like when I was 16 in the Bronx,
In the
running up and down the
Bronx.
block.
Run
And
up and down
crazy
the
little
block.
girl who used to be
Crazy little
wild
girl.
and no limits, all dreams and like taking my hair out like this. It reminds me like when
Jenny from
Why
the
she
Bronx.
sound like that?
Jenny from the block. That's Jenny from the block. Block.
But you know, how long did she actually live in the Bronx, though? I bet you as soon as she signed a record label, she bounced and went to LA.
Maybe.
I bet you she didn't stay in New York.
The Bronx
that
is a
long.
very, like, what's it called? Focused area. Like, it's a very populated, it's very multicultural, it's very, like,
Yeah.
a lot of Latino culture in there. There's a lot of different, Irish people in there. Like, there's a lot of different stuff in the Bronx. So, I mean, I get it. Be proud of where you're from.
Even with that video, people like online are criticizing her because, like, girl, like you don't claim it because you you haven't been there for however decades, and then also the stuff that she was talking about, they're like, no, that's not how you do this. That's not what it is. So people are like criticizing, like, you can't really claim the Bronx if you don't even know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that makes sense. What's this clip?
I used to live here. Huh? I used to live here. Huh? What's your name? My name is Jennifer. Jennifer? Yeah, I used to live and my room was upstairs right there. Jennifer? Jennifer Lopez. Who's Jennifer Lopez? Me. I used to live here.
I used to live here.
I'm like,
when celebrity
okay.
status goes wrong, some old dude just wakes up from his nap,
Right.
has a beer in his hand. He's like, "What is this lady like talking about?"
Right.
She's like, "Hey, I used to live here." He's just like, "Okay,
Okay, get off
like,
my property."
okay, like, what do you want me to do? You don't live here anymore? So what's the purpose? I'm Jennifer Jennifer Lopez. Is like, who's Jennifer Lopez? That must have been humbling. That's crazy. That's gotta be a humbling experience. Oh yeah, I'm Jenny from the block. I'm Jenny from the Bronx.
Right.
Shows up to her old house. Guy doesn't even know there was a celebrity that used to live there. She's like, yeah, I'm Jenny from the block. He's like, huh? Like,
you know, there's a song. It's by Miranda Lambert. It's called "The House That Built Me." So it talks about her visiting her old home, and she asked the person who lives there now, like, "Can I go see?" You know, there's a dog that died that's buried in the backyard, all kinds of stuff, right? So I just think about, like, what if a celebrity approached your apartment and just be like, "Hey, bro, like, let's say, I don't know, name me Altuve. I don't know. Just
Jose Altuve.
if it came up to you and was like, "Hey, I used to live here 10 years ago. Can I go see it real quick?"
I'd be like, nah, that's cool. But like
Would
I'm
you let
like
him?
chilling right now. Maybe come back during business hours. Like, I mess with you. You're doing good though. You've been doing real good on the Astros. I just start talking about that, and then he was like, "Yeah, but like, can I come in? Probably not."
You wouldn't let him, even if it's Altuve.
Nah, because that's my home now.
Yeah,
That's my home.
like I wonder why.
I should have took some pictures, some Polaroid pictures, something.
Like I went back to my childhood house when I went back home to Japan 10 years ago, and I rode by there. Like, oh, and I mean changed, ever since I left. I mean it's been like 10 years since I revisited. And I was like, oh, okay, it's nice. But my thought isn't to knock on the door and be like, hey, I used to live here. Do you mind if I check it out?
Yeah, I mean, however though, I mean, I think it's cool because it's almost like a dream. I'm sure it feels like a dream whenever you do that. Like you were younger, all you can remember is your memories and your thoughts and the smells that are so vivid that you probably smell sometimes, and it's like, oh, that's a smell from my childhood. And then you think about like you walking through that childhood home as an adult. I'm sure it's like it's a good feeling.
Mm-hmm.
But to try to use your celebrity status to do something like that, it's like, no, I'm Jose Altuve.
Did you see?
That's cool, bro. I appreciate it. But maybe if you would have approached it like an average human being, or like a normal person, be like, hey, like I used to live here. I'm not trying to intrude. Of course I would know, like, okay, that's Jose. He's probably not going to try to steal something out of my apartment or anything. But
Cause she even
at the same time, at least let me like clean up, get the place nice before you just walk up on me.
Because she even laughed. It was like, you don't know me? Like, Jennifer Lopez.
Who? Who?
But did you see, was it a week ago, maybe a week and a half ago, this singer, Danny Lee, I don't know how to say her real name, but she got caught hit and run. So she hit somebody in the car, but then she also got pulled over. Well, she got arrested for DUI. And she's telling all the cops, like, oh, but I'm a singer. You can't arrest me. I'm a singer.
There it is. There goes that privilege.
But that's what I'm saying. Or like Justin Timberlake.
You're not above the law.
Remember when Justin Timberlake got arrested?
No.
You didn't hear that either?
Blurred lines.
He got arrested maybe about a month and a half ago, and then he did the same thing too. I'm like, do you know who he's talking to? And that cop had no idea it was Justin. But then he got arrested for DWI.
Hey man, you're not above the law.
At one point, he says to the officer, "Oh, this is not gonna be good for the tour."
Right.
And the officer's like, "What? What tour? The world tour."
And then, like, he continued. Well, obviously, he got out. He's not going to stay in jail. So he got out and continued his tour, and people in the fans, like, holding up signs.
What was he expecting? What do you expect? It's like, yeah, I'm going to commit fraud. I'm going to commit murder. I'm going to rob a bank. But don't worry, though. I got a world tour. I'm Justin Timberlake. I will give you some tickets front stage. Like, you just let me go.
Right. Just let me go. That, I'm a normal citizen, but I can't break the law.
I'm a celebrity.
I'm a celebrity.
So you have money to get out of jail, then you're good to go.
Right.
I'll make sure to make it quick.
Right. And then you can see in the surveillance camera that he clearly, like, ran the red light, I think it was. And it's like, bro, come on. Like,
yeah.
Oh, no, I think it was a stop sign. One or the other.
But that's funny. She just walks up into the house, and old dude just has no clue. It's like, I don't know what you're expecting, but, it is what it is.
Craziness. But again, so the relationship with Alex clearly did not work out, but here comes Jennifer running back to Ben Affleck. And it renewed their romance, and then got married really quick. They got married in 2022, and they discussed, reflection of love, self-discovery, personal growth. Oh, she had a book. That's what it was. And shared an interview, her memoir, True Love.
What's the book called?
It's called True Love. Yeah. And then she, reflects on her love, self-discovery, and personal growth over the years.
True love. So true love for herself, not true love with relationships?
Maybe it's both. I don't know.
Maybe she's self-conceited.
I think so too. I think that's what it is.
A lot of fame. When you have that much, you become an icon. It's hard to keep in touch with your roots, and a lot of people, they forget about it.
But see, so this time after they got engaged, the couple had a private wedding ceremony in Vegas. So at least this time they did things a little bit different. So maybe
the other one was public, and this one was private.
Right.
Why did she go public with the last one and private with this one?
But remember,
maybe it was
she
his
didn't.
thing.
She did. Remember, they called off the wedding before they got married.
Right, but the guy that she got with after that was a public marriage.
Right.
So maybe it was Ben's.
That's what I'm saying. I think Ben always had the issue. I think being in such a huge public eye.
Maybe he doesn't want. Maybe Ben's like the more humble. Like, look, I love you, but I don't want to have a public big wedding. And so this time they did it private.
Right. And I think that worked out for the. Well,
I wonder if
really.
How many did he ever get married before that?
Yeah, remember Jennifer Garner.
Did they have a public wedding?
That I don't know.
I'm curious. If they had a public wedding or a private wedding, then I don't know. It's weird.
I love Jennifer Garner too.
Wrong Jennifer.
No, Jennifer Garner. 13 going on 30. I love that movie. That one's really
Beats
good.
me. I don't know.
That Hulk guy.
Hulk?
Yeah, he's in it. I can't remember his name.
Oh my gosh.
Mark Ruffalo?
Yes, he's in that movie. It was really, really good.
He's a good actor too.
But yeah, so good lord, I didn't know Jennifer Lopez was 55. She does not look like she's 55, or does she? Maybe she does.
I'm telling you, she's like a mini Shakira.
Oof. Ugh, no, you can't compare her to Shakira.
Shakira's how old? She's got to be like
Shakira's old too. Well,
58.
I'm not saying 50 is old, guys, but
Shakira's like 58 or something.
Okay, so she's 47,
Shakira?
Ah.
but she's forever young.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Shakira to me
Hips
is
don't lie.
Shakira to me is like gorgeous.
That was my childhood crush.
Shakira?
Yeah.
I loved her music, man. See, I liked her.
I used to remember watching her on the TV. Me and my brother had crushes on her, and my mom would be watching her on TV. It wasn't J-Lo.
Did you watch the Super Bowl when both of them performed? I think that was what, 2 years ago, I think? 2 or 3 years ago. You didn't watch it? It was good. It was decent. It was okay. It wasn't bad.
Yeah.
So again, they got divorced, going through the divorce again, and they quote, "It's been incredibly difficult for her that Ben chose to pull away from their marriage and move on with his life."
Oh, so he pulled away.
Leaving her behind. Yep. Apparently, Singer didn't want the divorce. She wanted to figure things out. They love each other. Jennifer is not the type to just give up. It's been almost torture for her to wait around. Her family and friends agreed that it was the right decision. She's surrounded by a lot of love and support. She'll be fine. She's strong and always come on top, is what the source says. But Lopez filed for divorce on the second anniversary of the couple's Georgia wedding ceremony after months of rumors that she and Affleck were on the rocks.
She filed for the divorce?
She filed, but he was the one that pulled away, I guess. Like, left her.
Interesting.
Yep. Jennifer said that she was tired of being humiliated by Ben, and she waited until the 2-year anniversary because she wanted it to sting. An insider alleged the Daily Mail. But it did not sting him. He's been done for a long time. Deep down, she knows this. He left her... He let her have this so that she wouldn't look like the villain. Interesting.
That is super interesting. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. What do you...
Oh, Jennifer Garner and Affleck had a private ceremony. So I think it is. I think it really is. It's Ben.
Maybe it was. Maybe he wants, like, you know, that normal life when it comes to his family, his kids, his significant other. You know, maybe he just wants to lay down, and maybe it's too much for him to... You know, there's no middle median ground for that.
Maybe it's just one of those things to where Jennifer Lopez could have been the right person, or he really did truly love her, but it's just that barrier that he couldn't get past is that she still chooses fame over their family, maybe, and so he couldn't, you know, as much as he tried and as much as he wants to pursue, you know, in his heart to be with her, I don't think he really couldn't get past it.
Yeah. I mean, in marriages, you know, I mean, you probably know. I don't know that much. But I would assume that in marriages, things can get really rocky. Things can get difficult. And just like any situation, you know, life happens. I think there's like a French saying, it's like c'est la vie. It means it's like life. That's life.
Yeah.
You know, and life will always affect things. And sometimes you could catch a curveball in marriages, you know. Obviously, the love has to remain a priority, and it has to remain a choice, and the strength always has to be there. But sometimes, you know, in marriages, it just doesn't work out, and it doesn't work out for different reasons, and it gets complex, and, you know, and every marriage is different. So, you know, I think if anything that's learned from this entire thing is that divorces happen not only with normal people but with celebrities, with everybody, you know, and it's okay and it's normal. People think it's the end of the world and they think that they're alone, but there's celebrities that happens to, there's singers, there's normal people, it just happens. And, you know, no matter the circumstances, if you choose that route, then it has to be for the best of your family. And maybe for them, it was the best for both of them as a parent, and it was best for their kids too.
Do you have certain deal breakers, even in relationship wise, to where like, oh, this is somebody or something about them that I would absolutely not bend on? You know, because there's certain things that people like be lenient on. Even cheating, you know?
I think it just depends. Cheating is definitely no. It's obvious. That's obvious. Cheating, no. But it just depends on the person, you know. Some people they come with hurt. They come
Mm-hmm.
with trauma. You sign up for it, you know. So there's some things that you're gonna have to deal with, but it's all up to the person, you know, whether you want to accept that and try to work on it and move on, or you don't want to move on. So I think it's just there's not the deal breaker is once you stop prioritizing me.
Mm-hmm.
That's the deal breaker. Once you start prioritizing other things over us, that's the deal breaker. And that can there's a lot of different things that could lead up to that. It could be, you know,
Family member.
family members, it could be prioritizing stuff, it could be cheating, it can be anything like that. It can be abusive, it can be mentally abusive, it can be, you know, manipulative. There's a lot of different ways that goes. But I think all of those fail to fall into the category of prioritizing your significant other. So,
My deal breaker is smoking.
smoking, like,
I can't. Mm-mm.
you know, that's crazy. A deal breaker is
Yeah.
smoking.
Yes, absolutely not. That was for sure one of my thing when I was dating to where like I'm not dating somebody who smokes.
Yeah, I,
I can't
that's
do it.
fair.
That was my
I mean,
deal
that,
breaker.
I think that can be controlled. Like, if you really love someone,
Mm.
I don't think that should be a deal breaker
I didn't
necessarily.
even
But
initiate a conversation if I knew they smoke.
let's say, okay, so if that's the case, then what about alcohol?
Alcohol, okay, because I drank too.
Yeah, but that's not fair.
Why?
Because since you do that, you're
Right.
okay.
But that's
But
what I'm saying.
but
If I smoked, then
yeah,
okay.
yeah, but what about okay? As alcohol is probably
I just don't
a
like the
lot
smell.
more dangerous.
It's not about health or anything. Obviously, I mean, my mom's a
You're gonna
smoker.
you're
My
gonna
dad is a
you're
smoker.
gonna end a marriage over a smell.
No. Even relationship.
You're gonna end a relationship or a marriage
No.
over a smell.
No, I don't want to kiss your stanky ass smoke breath. No.
Bro, I mean, he'll stop, pop a gum in, you know, a breath mint,
No.
mouthwash, something.
No, thank you. I don't
It
want to
can
be around
change.
it.
That's such a silly thing to end it over.
I'm not ending. I'm not going to even initiate. That's my thing. And you know, my deal breaker used to be people with kids too. But look at me.
That's interesting.
But I swear on my life, he did not list that on his profile that he had kids.
Got
and then
him.
it wasn't until after when he was like, "Hey, how do you feel about, you know, dating somebody with kids?" And I'm like, "Oh, are we talking one or two or a whole baseball team?" And he's like, 3. I'm like, "Ooh, good."
Got him.
But I went with it. I stuck with it. And I love
I don't
them.
know.
I wouldn't change a thing. But smokers, no.
I think cuz you have to think about it too, like what if you were meant to get put in their life to change their life or to help them?
Yeah.
You can't just, you know. And if you don't, maybe I mean, I don't know. But I think you always have to be open to the thought of helping and growing your significant other.
But I think that comes with trauma too, because like I said, both of my parents were heavy smokers. So I just immediately knew early on as a kid, I never want to be associated people who smokes. Because I would tell my mom for years, when are you going to quit? When are you going to quit?
Yeah.
And then I would hate it being in the car with her and she would just smoke. And I'm like, I'm going to school. I'm going to smell like I smoke and I don't smoke.
Yeah.
Hated that.
No,
So I think
yeah.
it's kind of
Yeah,
trauma
that makes sense.
related.
That makes sense. I still don't think it's worth ending a relationship or marriage.
I'm just not gonna.
Because you know people
initiate it,
people
period.
change over time. You know, you have to sacrifice for your significant other. I think that's something that you can make a sacrifice for if you really love somebody. But if you're not even willing to, like, I guess I don't know. It's like you're basing somebody's entire personality off of an unhealthy habit.
Or like, for example, I came across a guy who was super into fitness. I didn't think I was the right person for him because I wasn't really into fitness. So I kind of steered away from people like that because, like, how can I match with your lifestyle if I don't? Because he was counting carbs and calorie this and then going to work out 3 times a day. Like I'm gonna eat whatever I want to eat. I'm not gonna care about what I eat, but
what
you
does that got to do with you?
So, but that's what I'm saying. I didn't feel like I can fit into your lifestyle because you're just a complete different person when it comes to that. And it's a huge part, like, okay, eating together. Maybe what if we want to have a dinner together? But I can't because you so worried about what you gonna eat, but I just want to relax and just eat whatever I want. So smoking,
You can. He's not gonna control you and be like, "Don't eat that."
you would be surprised because then now
You
if
need to
I'm
give
gonna
him a
cook,
chance.
now if I'm gonna cook, I just want to cook just because I like cooking, not so I can measure everything for you. You know what I mean?
But you gotta measure to cook.
But I'm talking about like grams, like
Oh, you're talking about like how he's
protein and
okay, yeah.
right.
That makes sense.
You know, so like
but
if
you
you're a
don't
smoker,
But let me ask you a question. Your lifestyle before y'all were married and when y'all first started versus now, is it the same?
lifestyle is in what?
Lifestyle, everything, lifestyle.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Okay, well that completely messed up what I was about to say.
It hasn't really changed. It's pretty much the same. It hasn't really changed.
I mean, I guess it makes sense too.
Yeah, cause like I was kind of active when I started dating him.
Well, hold on, because you said because you didn't know that he had kids when y'all first started.
Right.
Then you found out he had kids.
Right.
That's something that is a lifestyle change. You went from you
Yeah,
thinking
my
that,
lifestyle, but
Exactly.
not both of ours.
Well, his has always been the same,
Right.
but yours changed.
But I accepted it.
That's what I'm saying. It comes into the mindset of accepting your partner.
Right.
And then from there, you could work on the things and things change. It happens over time.
But I can't accept your stinky breath.
Dude, it's the same thing. People have stinky breath and they don't even smoke. Then what?
That's
you gonna
easier.
Pop them a Tic Tac. y'all gonna work on it. Some people that don't put deodorant on.
Okay, let me ask you this. Because you smoke. Do you smoke in your car?
No.
You don't?
I do it rarely.
See, I think, again, I think it's trauma.
It's rarely. Like a cigar every once in a while is not going to kill you. And it also makes you feel like freaking...
I just can't do it.
It makes you feel like Don Corleone.
I just feel like it makes no difference.
Like,
I don't know.
What was it? A baby shower. And there was like all the guys, we had cigar.
At a baby shower.
I don't know if no, it wasn't a baby shower.
That's inappropriate.
That is not inappropriate.
A cigar at a baby shower?
You're not inside doing it, but it's like it's a party, it's a social setting. You know, the girls they stay in, they talk about all the girly things. The guys they'll go outside, have a cigar, talk about things, talk about their new comings.
Well,
as a father
I guess
or
if you're
something.
outside, I hope you're not by the pregnant woman smoking a cigar.
No, see, y'all don't understand this part of it. I feel like that's like a guy thing. I mean, I think a lot of like different, like Mario, for instance, cigar.
Listen, man, a rum and coke and a cigar makes you feel like George Washington.
George Washington.
Presidential.
George Washington.
That's crazy.
George Washington, Don Corleone, freaking, I don't even know, somebody else. I don't know. I think it's almost like a vibe. Like it's a feeling that.
Like my husband doesn't smoke. He don't drink. Nothing. So then I had to, I did have to adjust because now I don't go out and go drink as much anymore.
It's inevitable.
And I
because
can't.
Of the person that you choose.
Yeah.
It's a choice.
Yeah.
And things will happen over
But
time.
I sacrificed.
But it's like, people think that like, oh, that's them and things will never change. That's not how it works.
Yeah.
I mean, it will happen over time. If y'all stay together long enough, it will happen over time. And then y'all will make sacrifices along the way too. But, it's inevitable. It's like you wearing all the American, the army shirts and all that stuff. It's like you grew up in Japan. United States. They didn't really have the best history.
Mm-hmm.
But now you're rocking the army stuff. You support the military.
Well, I am American still, though, so I have to.
But you're.
I'm a neutral party. I stand for both sides.
Well, things. It's inevitable. Change is inevitable, and people kind of they adjust and they adapt.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I think there's not really any deal breakers unless it's like a very serious one, so. But yeah, if you're going through a deal breaker, and if you have a marriage, something that just isn't working, something that where you tried and you tried and you tried and you still feel like this person won't change for you, this person won't be there for you when you need them, this person, you can't depend on them. I think that's what leads to, divorces and stuff, is like the failure of prioritizing the happiness of y'all's relationship and the healthiness of y'all's relationship. Happens with celebrities, happens with normal people. So I think that's something that, makes it really cool about, us. Because if you didn't know, yes, this is the Legal Lounge podcast, but we're a part of the law office of Brian Fagan. So here we do family law, we do criminal law, we do estate planning. And a lot of times, I'm sure the normal everyday people, and I think we've had a few, people that have a little bit of spotlight on them, not just average everyday civilians, but I think we've had like one or two, people that have some sort of fame, some sort, and it happens to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So if you do need help with that, we do divorce,
Yeah.
CPS, custody, child support. We do a lot of different things, and if you feel like you're going down that road and that's where your marriage is going and you're going to make that choice, we do have a experienced team of lawyers here that can help you out, and we're a family helping out a family. So
Give us a call. Well, that's it. We wrap it. Y'all have a great day. Y'all tune us in for next week for another episode. Bye, guys. Thank you for watching another episode of Legal Lounge. If you enjoyed this episode, you can always give our office a call to schedule your free 30-minute consultation with one of our team members. Check the description below and give us a call today.